SmackDown is in Lexington, Kentucky tonight, so it's another town in the South that, crowds aren't very hardcore, so I think WWE might phone it in again like they did on Raw. Raw sucked last night. They phoned that show in. So we're in Tennessee. The show starts off with Shane McMahon comes out, so everyone's going to talk about what happened, and he says, everyone in Lexington bleeds blue. Obviously, I think that's reference to what? Oh, to the Kentucky Wildcats. Go Big Blue. Yeah. So, Kentucky college basketball team. You also have Duke. I was kind of mixed up. Kentucky, Duke, Louisville. Have a whole bunch of teams there. But he says he's talking about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, how Daniel Bryan didn't fire him, and he was disappointed that did not happen. And obviously this is what's going to happen. I don't know where they're leading to with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. If they're leading to Daniel Bryan probably being fired, which I think what's going to happen. I think it's going to be Daniel Bryan gets fired by Shane McMahon. And maybe that's their way of writing him off TV. I was listening to the Solo Monster podcast, and he was bringing that up. I mean, is it possible that WWE fires him to keep him off TV, so when he leaves, they can still say he has extra dates on his contract, and they can keep rolling over the contract to prevent him from leaving? I think that's possible. Anyway, they're going back and forth, and he's saying he can't be a yes man, and eventually Shane wants to see him get beaten up. He makes a match. I think it's Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in those qualification matches. Sami Zayn's banned from ringside. So Daniel Bryan immediately goes backstage. He sees Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and they're yelling at him. And Daniel Bryan, I guess the whole heel turn's potential is over. He says to Sami Zayn, he's banning him from ringside, and he wants to keep his job too, so they're teasing that. I think that's where this is going to lead to. So Usos are out right now, and I guess the New Day handed him like pancakes and syrup. I'm not sure what's happening. Anyway, New Day are having a match right now against Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. It's Kofi and Xavier Woods. So Kofi and Xavier actually got the win. I don't agree with that. I think American Alpha should have won, but it is what it is. I don't know if I really agree with that one. So Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott. They keep promoting it, and it feels like such a clone from Raw. It's terrible. But the Raw thing is not doing good. They had a bad night last night, the three of them. I thought they're not getting over. I don't know if these are going to get much more over. So they showed them beating up Naomi and Becky. And Becky's going to be out for a while, since she's going to make the Marine Part 6 with The Miz and Shawn Michaels. So Charlotte Flair's in the locker room. She's with Naomi, and they're talking about wanting to get payback. We never really got to see them have a program. I was a little bit surprised. They want payback, and they're doing okay. Then Natalya comes, and Natalya, I don't know, she does this over-the-top thing, and the acting is just so bad. It's cringe-worthy. It's like a bad 80s movie, like with teenage women, and it's like they're trying to be bad. It's like they have bad material and they don't even try. I mean, it is fucking horrible, the material these women get. It's miserable. It's trash. The dialogue is just so fucking horrible. Yeah, it's bad. So you have Harper and Rowan are out. They're facing the Hype Bros. Hyper and Rowan killed the Hype Bros. Yeah. I don't know. I hope they do something. I'm a fan of Harper a lot. I don't mind Roman. I think he's okay. But, it'd be cool to see him get a big run as tag champs. Well, it's one less tag team. After the match, they've been teasing in the past few weeks that Zack Ryder's turning heel. And what happened was they were being interviewed in the ring by one of the women. I'm not sure which one it was, to be honest. And, Zack Ryder was talking about we need to start over or something, and as soon as he said that, Mojo clubbed him in the back of the head with the forearm, brutally beat him up, destroyed Zack Ryder, just beat the crap out of him. The Hype Bros are over, team's over. Mojo just absolutely destroyed him, so Mojo Rawley is a heel. I don't know what he has as a heel. I don't know. I just find him I don't mind the guy. I think a lot of people hate him too much. I think he has something. he does seem to really be into his gimmick a lot, and I think he's really liked that, which I kind of like, the whole hype bro thing, but I don't know. I mean, him as a heel, I think, can die a death. I think he's just going to get lost in the shuffle, and he's going to be a complete disaster. Just keep him as a face. I don't agree with the turn. Even though the team needed to be broken up, obviously. And I think this might be it for Zack Ryder. I mean, why is this guy getting released? This guy needs to get released. He's done nothing. He doesn't want to be there, it seems like. I think they should release him. So if another one of the women, I'm not sure if it's Dasha or the other girl, I don't know. She's interviewing Bobby Roode, and asked him his match, him and Baron Corbin. I guess him and Baron, I don't want to see that match at all. The two of them go back and forth. I didn't really care what happened. I do not want to see that match at all. I think that's just going to be horrible. That's going to be a disaster. I think that's going to be the death of Bobby Roode, because Baron Corbin, I think for sure, is going to win that match. I think they've ruined Bobby Roode, and I think he's a flop. I'm sorry, it's sad to say, but I think he's going to be completely lost in the shuffle, and he's a flop right now. The thing with Roode, he's not like this great worker. He's a really good worker, but in the ring, it's not like he blows everyone away. So it's, I don't know. I don't think he's really that over. His theme music is over, but I don't think he's as over as like Nakamura, or maybe not anymore Nakamura, but like as a guy who's such a great wrestler, he can still survive. I don't know. I think he might be in some trouble. So up next is AJ Styles against the Singh brothers. Haven't they done this match before? I swear they had to have done this match before. So Mahal beat him up before the match, and the match got started, and so AJ squashed him anyway. I mean, they tried to beat him up, but AJ came back, and he won with the Styles Clash. Then after the match, they do another breakup. Jinder Mahal gives the Singh brothers the Kalash. Wow. So I guess this is another, I don't know if they're breaking up or this is it, but he beat the shit out of them both. Maybe this is going to be the end of the Jinder Mahal experiment. AJ beats him at Clash of Champions, and it's over. We can only hope and pray. So you have Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan. They're being interviewed. They're responding to Charlotte, and I guess they're calling themselves the Riott Squad. It's not a bad name. It's better than I don't even remember the damn Raw woman's name. That name sucks. So all three of them talk, and they're all talking about the match. I was thinking to myself, what they're doing on Raw. I like that Spider-Man meme, when he sees himself. I mean, that's exactly what's happening with these two programs. So you're going to have Charlotte, Natalya, and Naomi against the Riott Squad. So I was thinking we're going to get a repeat of Raw when they take out two of the members and then beat down the one, and I guess they can, but that's not what they did here. They actually had a match, unlike Raw, when it was just like, they destroyed everyone before the match. Here, they had a match and they beat the shit out of everybody. The big difference here was Natalya would just walk out, as I probably thought. So it came 3-on-2, and they killed Naomi. What they did was they set up the two big steel stairs, and I guess the ones Sarah Logan's their powerhouse. She's huge. I mean, she's damn built like crazy. Like, she's really big. What they did was they set up the bottom stairs, and they one of them gave Naomi a catapult into the stairs, and they actually at the end of the match had to put Naomi on a stretcher. And then three of them gang up on Charlotte. They beat her up for a while. Charlotte tries to make a comeback, but eventually they pin her. Ruby Riott pinned Charlotte cleanly, so I guess that's the next program, Charlotte and Ruby Riott. I was thinking Carmella's coming out. No, Carmella. It's like she's an afterthought. Are they going to even... I don't even know what they're going to do with her. I mean, she may get like a Corbin thing when they just like have her lose to Charlotte, like they had with Corbin this past summer. I mean, she's doing nothing. But the trio wins, and it's funny. It's the same thing. It's just so... I think both storylines hurt the other, because they have the same thing going on both shows, and they're both hurting each other. They're not good. I mean, you have the goth chick, that's Paige, on Raw. On SmackDown, it's Ruby Riott. You have the hot blonde chick on Raw, that's Mandy Rose. On SmackDown, that's Liv Morgan. The goth chick was Ruby Riott. And then on the third one is what you have that muscular brunette chick, kind of powerhouse, a bit enforcer of the group. You have Sonya Deville on Raw, and you have Sarah Logan on Raw and on SmackDown. It's just, man, it's the same shit. So they even did the stretcher job. So one of the women, I think Dasha or whatever, was trying to interview Randy Orton. He just completely ignored her. He has facial. Yeah, I mean he has new hair. He has like that Brock Lesnar hairstyle. Whatever. That's with dark hair instead of Brock's hair. Yeah. All right. So Tyler Breeze and Fandango are doing their Saw thing. It's the Fashion Files are back, and it's the Saw thing, and it's fine. I mean, you have Connor and Victor still there, and they're in traps, and it's all right. I mean, I watched it. I thought it was okay. I like the first Saw movie. I don't care for any of the sequels. I've reviewed them before. Understand if you want to go watch the Saw movies. You can watch them. I used to be a movie reviewer before I started reviewing wrestling, but it was fine. So main event. I don't know. I think it's kind of run its course, this Fashion Files thing. It's still entertaining. It's something new, and I like it on the show. It's just it's not as fun as it was like when they first started back in the summer. But it is WWE, so everything gets stale. Main events next: Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, no disqualification match. So this is a good match. This is a good street fight. They fought on the stage. They fought everywhere. Kevin Owens gets the clean victory over Randy Orton. I was not expecting that. Whenever WWE beats Randy Orton cleanly, it's always a surprise. So Kevin Owens beats Randy Orton cleanly in the middle of the ring. Wasn't expecting that one. So pins him with the frog splash. No Sami Zayn over here. I don't know what's going on with Sami Zayn. I've heard rumors that there's no more heat on Kevin Owens, but there's some heat for whatever reason on Sami Zayn still. I don't know what's going to happen with Sammy, but KO gets the clean win over Randy Orton. That was fine. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, I like it, obviously. And I don't know where they're going to go from here. I guess they're going to continue the Daniel Bryan and Shane storyline. Probably Daniel Bryan will eventually get fired, maybe before WrestleMania. Who knows where this is going. And KO and Sammy, or KO's the heel. Sammy's just, his lackey right now. So, SmackDown main event was good. He had some stuff I didn't mind. It's just you had entertaining stuff. Just I don't know. The crowd wasn't that good tonight. It's in Kentucky. What are you gonna expect? But not a fun week at all for WWE. A very boring week. Monday and Tuesday not fun. And yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's December now. It's beginning of December. Once later in the year, it'll probably get exciting before we get into Royal Rumble season. Which we're close there, but I don't know. I mean, this whole Clash of Champions, I guess it's going to be kind of just boring for a while because that's just a throwaway pay-per-view. So, also, that'll do it for this review. Also want to mention, WWE did Starrcade. I wish I could have saw it. It sounded like an entertaining show. They did as a host show, and a lot of people were ripping on it. I thought the show sounded really entertaining. I wish I could have seen it. But that'll be it for this show, and I'll see you next Monday.